of Adventurers Wanted Rebellion.
More than a third.
More than a third.
More than a third.
More than a third of the way. My name is Leo. I'll be your games master this morning. This is not technically a relaxed performance, but we do have a relaxed attitude of sound to sound and movement from the audience for the benefit of people who would find it difficult to stay silent or still for an entire hour. The reason the lights are going to stay exactly like this, but the reason it's not technically a relaxed performance is there will be some sound effects from Wilhelm at the back. There will also be... We've got that down, haven't we? There will also be some mood music, hopefully, which will change from time to time. But if you feel like you do need a break from it all, please feel free to stick your head out the door and rejoin us when you're ready. If you do need anything, Naomi is our stage manager there on the right. Catch her eye, and she will try and help you. So this is a tabletop role-playing game. What does that mean? Well, the four people on my left and right here play individual, unique characters in a fantasy setting. And as the games master, I play the fantasy setting. That is the wind, the weather, the trees, the hordes of orcs, and we try and keep things fair by interacting with each other using dice. You'll see how that works, but the most common dice that we use is a 20-sided one here that you'll hear us refer to as a D20. 20 being very, very high and very good, and 1 being hilariously fail, usually, depending on the situation. So, the story so far, the four characters are members of a rebellion that have, for the last 5 years, been enslaved by an imperial cult. However, that cult's god has disappeared, absconded on them, and the power vacuum has led to the rebellion throwing off their chains and uniting the local area, taking back the capital. They've had victory after victory after victory, and just when they feel like the momentum is on their side, they come across a township which has been absolutely ravaged. Lee Glen is where we find them, this town that has been completely razed almost in order to create mines, where they have been mining on an industrial level this mysterious ore which has corruptive properties. In fact, we found, due to the research that the players have been doing over the last week, real time, we found that this ore can corrupt a person and turn them into a monster. This is crucial, because just as they were trying to take some of this ore back to their hometown to study, they were surprised and set upon by orcs, one of which was corrupted and monstrous, completely different from his brethren, this orc being called Tanner. They managed not to kill this orc, and it was calmed down by the leader of a small band of orcs called Kesh, who has now implored them, with one of our characters backing her up, to go and rescue the rest of the corrupted orcs, which the orc band leader Suzma is using as weapons. I know that was a lot. I'm sorry. Hopefully you'll pick everything else up. If there are any questions, do shout out. But just before we go into the action, we need to meet our players and their characters. So, starting on my left here, why don't you introduce yourself, give us your character's name and their pronouns, and a little bit about where their head is at the moment.
Sure. My name is Tom. I'm playing Evan. Evan is she, her. Evan is an Aasimar paladin, and in the last session apparently appeared spontaneously, sent from above somehow, and has been told, as we've just heard there, is backing up Kesh and these orcs because she has been told by her god, Deriland, to seek out these corrupted ones and save them, because it's not their fault that they have been damaged by magic in this way, and so she's very singularly focused on doing that, and these seem like good allies to have, so she's very happy to support them.
And just to be clear, an Aasimar is sort of like a minor angel, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Bex.
My name is Bex. I am playing Fatchy Moon, the full orc ranger. Fatchy is they, them, orcs, apparently. Well on brand, good work me. Fatchy doesn't really know what's going on, just kind of happy to be here.
Fantastic. Amy.
My characters. I'm Amy. I'm playing Priz, who is a cleric gnome. Identifies as she, her. and it still doesn't really understand what's going on. And been trying to catch up, but yeah.
I mean, if at any point you do want to stop and ask me for context, please do, because I'm sure the audience will thank you. Paul.
My name's Paul. I'm playing Fen, a tabaxi fighter, a jetback black cat type person. I'm happy to help, but primarily interested in shiny things and stories and what's going on. Bit nosy.
Fantastic. And just to be absolutely clear, it's a he, him.
He, him.
He,
yeah.
him. The only one at the table at the moment.
And just so I'm absolutely clear, Tanner, corrupted orc.
Yes, correct.
Kesh calmed everything down and told us to go rescue the corrupted orcs from Susma, bad orc.
Correct. Well done.
Good. That's impressive. Someone who was not here.
So we rejoin. It's a plot-heavy episode. I'm sorry, guys. Just so we to set the scene, we rejoin Tanner and Kesh and the rest of their band, of which Thatchy is one, as they are hiding in a ramshackle house that has been very sort of not well kept, I should say. And the reason they're hiding is because Susma's got two motivations. One, she wants to drive the... she's got three then. One, she wants to drive the humans off of what she's calling her ancestral lands. Two, she wants to capture the ore because she's seen how powerful a weapon it can be. And three, she wants to hunt down the deserters of Kesh and Thatchy and Tanner and bring them to justice. Evan. Kesh comes towards you and holds out her hand and goes, "You will join me then."
Yes. Yes, I will.
Thatchy,
Yes?
we're going to go back and get our brothers.
Where?
Susma has them on the hill.
Oh, yes.
We're going to go through the brush. We're going to show some of these people.
Yes.
We're going to come up behind. I want you to think of a plan. You are one of my best rangers.
What?
You couldn't just not embarrass me for a second, please. A plan. A plan.
Plan. Excellent. I will plan. Yes, plan.
She looks around at the current group and goes, "Who else will come? You're small. Are you stealthy?"
Sometimes. Stealthy. That's good for plant stealth.
I am stealthy, especially in the dark.
Fantastic.
So he might be better than me.
My character's jet black.
A lot of stealthy. I like it.
Then let us go. We'll go out the back door. Follow me. Can I get everyone to roll stealth checks, please? Good luck, everyone.
Oh my god.
What did we get, Priz?
10.
10. Once again, you've learned from your adventure in the sewer, and you're not quite as loud and clanky as you were there. But this gnome in quite heavy armor isn't very good at stealth.
I got a 6.
10, 6. Yeah. So you slam the door on your way out.
Stealthy.
I just got my first natural 20 of the Fringe.
Great. So.
Sorry, that
am
slammed
the brush.
Sorry about slamming the door.
Yeah.
And Fen?
I'd like to lower the tone. I got my first natural 1 of the 3.
Respect. Cancelled out.
I didn't hit anyone this time.
Huh?
I didn't hit anyone this time.
No. So as the 5 of you go out the back door, Kesh leading the way, she looks left and right, and then she darts across into the undergrowth, which is where Ham first met the orcs initially. Ham being another one of the characters, don't worry. The rest of you follow, led by Evan, who, like, the dash is doing it misjustice. she becomes almost a streak of light from the back door into the brush, which kind of intimidates the rest of you. Priz does her best and quickly stomps along to the brush, but do you want to play this moment between the two of you?
Yes, so plan. I think if we... you said stealthy. Yes, very stealthy. Yes, I think we should keep with a stealthy plan.
Are we
I think
still
that
in
would be
the
a good
house
plan.
at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm just walking along, just like not really aware of what's...
And what would you like to narrate to us your natural one?
So you've walked out of the house by
Yeah,
this
I'm just
point,
walking with you, not really paying attention.
So I like to think that I am really low, pretending to be stealth, but between us, I essentially end up tripping you
I
up.
just keep pointing you out. Yes, that is good stealthing. Very
Right there. And then
I'm dodging, thinking that this is going to make me look more stealthy, and I trip you
guess
up and
so.
squeal as soon as that
you're not
happens.
used to tails.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
When head over heels over Fenn's tail with a clank, and Kesh looks back and goes, well, they probably know we're coming now. Kesh leads you around the side, up the hill, as you're picking your way through the underbrush. Can I get a survival check from Thatchy, please?
Yes. That's a 2 plus 7, 9.
Wow,
Still not great.
you're really playing to character here.
Yes. I might put that dice.
You do pick your way up the hill, but it takes longer than really it should have, and it's not as graceful as maybe it should have. But eventually you find yourself swung around behind the line of orcs that was intimidatingly contrast against the sky at the top of the hill, which were looking down on you. You find yourselves behind them in the trees. You pick out 4 of the big dark-skinned orcs that were corrupted. You see where they are being held on chains by 2 orcs each, muzzles in place, as they strain to get down into the valley and kill something, holding these great weapons of serrated metal. You can't really tell whether it's a sword or an axe. Has anyone got a plan?
I'd like to creep up to Kesh
Yeah.
and say,
Brush.
yeah. From what I understand, the ore that has corrupted your friends, it can be reversed. Indeed, it must be reversed, and so it shall. I do not understand how we can do this. What do you know of it?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I have merely spent the last 5 years in a mine. I've seen the things it can do. I've seen it twist flesh, make muscles bulge, grow new black hair, turn blood purple. But I do not know how to reverse it. You seem to be sent from above, and the fact that you have told me it can be reversed gives me heart. Thank you.
We do have another with some holy rite here. No.
It's Priz.
My apologies. Priz. Oh, yeah. Priz. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Priz.
Yes.
Whom do you worship?
Now you put me on the spot.
What is Priz about? Justice or light or the sea or life or
Life.
life? Okay. Shall we say that you are a worshipper of Bahamut? Then the platinum dragon, the sort of dragon of dragons, king of dragons kind of thing, who's
Yeah.
all about
Yeah,
justice and yeah.
I have plan. Kesh.
Right, hang on a sec. Hold on to
Sorry.
that thought.
I follow Bahamut.
You are one of Bah. And I give like a really sort of slightly sweet smile that's tried a bit hard. Like, you know, like, I
This
don't
will
know,
not
like,
be useful.
Yeah, well, like you know, like sort of, I don't know, a Methodist meeting a Baptist or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you are, it's the right
So
sort
close.
of thing." That thing, whatever. Not to
put
be
in a lot
judgmental
of
towards
effort.
Methodist or Baptist, but that kind of thing. It's like, oh, we're sort of. Okay. In which case, yes, I will say, do you know much of purifying?
Roll a religion check. 10. You have been praying over the last week or so to try and commune with Bahamut to see if you can find a way to purge this evil from the world as it should justly be purged. But Bahamut has been sadly silent on that front.
Unfortunately not.
It's an old magic, and you can feel that it would take more than just one god's effort.
It might take more than one god to purify.
And we are lucky we have more than one god with us.
Can I just clarify? Our plan is to free these corrupted orcs. What are we going to do with them once we free them? Obviously, apart from cure them, but we don't know how to do that yet. They're going to be quite dangerous, I assume?
It's true. Although we have been able to commune with Tanner and almost speak to the personality below the corruption.
Didn't Tanner try and kill one of us earlier?
Yes, but he didn't know you.
Okay.
Now that he knows us.
Now he knows you, he's fine.
Ranger, what say you with a plan?
Okay, cash plan. Question first.
Yes.
Our friends, the corrupted, we free them. Would they hit all the other things that we're trying to hit?
They could well be sent on a rampage.
So how about stealthy? He's very stealthy. His tail, very stealthy. We stealth over, free them, and let them rampage.
But then
Good plan. Then we have tea and ale. Great plan.
this is a good half a plan.
Right.
We are here to rescue them, not to let them to a fate of death amongst 120 other orcs.
There would be needless
I
bloodshed.
could not
and
count
is-
that many. I got to 10. I thought it would be fine.
How did you? Never mind.
Okay,
How
half
many-
a plan.
How many orcs are there versus how many corrupted orcs are there then?
So there are 4 corrupted orcs
Yeah.
currently that are apparently being weaponized. I mean, they've got swords in their hands and they're on chains. There are the warband is about 120, 150 strong. Suzma has claimed 120 in the last hour.
I agree with Fachi. It's if we attack, they are going to release their weaponized orcs, and the weaponized orcs are going to attack us. If we can release the weaponized orcs, they're more likely to fight for us.
Release them.
Kesh.
Stay out of the way.
Kesh,
No. Release them and fight with them
Yes, but stay out of them.
And how do
The
you
way.
plan to get them on our side?
by releasing them.
Kesh,
Ale.
Ale.
I may
fixes
have
everything.
something for that. And Kesh touches the bag on her hip and pulls it forward. This is how we have been getting Tanner back to us. And opens it, and it smells. But it's basically a bag full of pretty wet, unpreserved sweetmeats.
So not drink, but food.
The other way to Orkvat.
They hunger for this.
It is true. And she puts the bag back on her hip. If you think it would be useful for all of us to have some of this, then I can give you a little, or...
I don't know if I will not eat it.
I hold out my hand.
So I hold out my hand.
Yeah.
My inventory.
So how does it work? Like dog treats? They come
Pretty
to me,
much,
I
yes.
give them one, and it's all good. Okay,
Yeah, pretty
so
much, yes.
How far away from this pack of? Because we're at the back of the pack of orcs now, are we?
Yes, so you're not far away, you're about 100 feet away. So you're definitely within bow distance. But not within swinging sword distance quite yet. Kesh turns to the cleric and goes, "Hey, would you like some more?"
I shall take some just in case.
And I'll not giving any to you. No.
Yeah.
Put it on my other side.
Thatchy, do you reckon you could drop the one on the right? If we want a distraction, I think I could hit the one on the left from here.
Well, I think I could dig a big hole and then he would drop.
Not what I meant. I meant, could you shoot him?
Oh, yes, I can shoot him.
Do we think this is a good plan of action, or would you want to go a little bit differently? And as Kesh says that, she brings up a throwing axe off of her belt.
So you and you will attack, and who of us will move towards them?
Well, I think that's up to you.
I shall do so.
What's the arrangement of the orcs at the moment? A ball, a line?
So they're pretty much in a line. The idea is that they've tried to intimidate you and make their numbers seem incredibly large by finding the hill that overlooks the village and lining up along it, which is why I said the Zulu joke earlier.
Yeah.
Got you. I have, as a player, let's get this right. As a player, I've got piercing arrow. I realise you don't have a board with miniatures, but would there be a possibility for me to move into a position where I could shoot 30 foot worth of orcs?
Absolutely, yeah. You could probably position yourself to magically imbue an arrow to hit quite a few orcs, indeed. Unfortunately, if you were doing that along the line with this one corrupted orc, you would probably hit the corrupted orc as well, the one that you're trying to rescue. But they look quite hardy.
We're trying to rescue 4 corrupted orcs, aren't
Yes.
we? So 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Cool. As a character now, I could probably take out a significant chunk of the orcs with my arcane magic and my longbow. However, we may lose one of the corrupted orcs that we are trying to rescue. That is obviously not a decision I can make, as I'm here to assist you guys.
I doubt we will be able to fell one of those ore-infused orcs with one shot, but
Pretty hardy then.
yes, if you stay back with us and shoot. So we have Thatchy, we have, I'm sorry, I never asked.
Fen.
Fen. We have Thatchy and Fen back here shooting. I will be throwing my axes, and then maybe I can join in later. And you don't look like you have much ranged stuff going on. I don't know about you, Cleric. Have you magics?
I have some magic. I have a crossbow.
I am best in the thick of it. I will move forward with these sweetmeats.
Absolutely.
I did not expect to say that today when I was sent from above.
So you're going to go be the bait then?
Yes.
No, I think the idea is
Sounds like
that the bait is the
It
orc,
does a
and
bit
you
sound
come and
like
bring
bait.
the orc on side.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we happy with this plan?
Yeah.
Yes!
Those of you who are about to attack from afar, one moment, please. And then I place my palms together and look upwards to from whence I came, and then rather simply open my palms, and a little golden energy flies into the 3 people about to attack. So Kesh, Thatchy, and Fen, and I'm of course casting Bless. So you may now add a D4 anytime you do an attack roll or a saving throw in the next minute.
Okay, got that?
So roll a D4 if you need to add something to it.
Thank you very much.
Is that every time, or is
So a
that just
D4.
once?
It's every
Every-
time in the next minute,
every time in the
which
next
is 10 rounds.
So when I roll my D20, I also roll a D4.
You add a D4 on top of it, yeah.
Nice.
Should you wish to.
And saving throws
And
as
saving
well,
throws
if
as
they
well,
come
yeah.
up.
I'm going to do that as many times as I want within the minute.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to make a ruling that death saving throws are saving throws, so you can add it to that as well.
Nice.
Well, that
like
gives
you.
an indicator that you think we're going to be making death saving throws.
Well, I like to keep the tension up, thanks. Right, so Kesh looks at you, raises her axe, goes, "Are you ready then, archers?"
I bring up my bow, ready with the...
You're aiming at the one on the right.
Yes, that's one I was told to aim at, so I'll
I'm
aim
aiming at the one on the left. You're aiming at just a line of
I'm
30
just-
feet worth of orcs.
A line of 30 feet worth of
I
orcs.
can take one.
Okay.
I crouch low a bit like one of those 3-point starts at the Olympics.
Oh, excellent.
You can
I see
actually
him
shoot
doing
twice.
that, and I
Yes,
try and
fine,
do it as
yeah.
well.
Okay. So for the sake of this, because we're trying to make it a stealth thing, I'm going to say that if you hit, it's an automatic critical. On this occasion only.
Ooh, Spice's yard.
Okay, we ready?
Hope I hit.
Everyone roll their attacks.
Well, I don't need to roll.
You don't need to roll, fine, because you're an arcane archer. So roll your damage, I guess.
Yeah. They must make a dex saving throw. Do you want your line of orcs to make a dex saving throw?
Okay, I'll tell you what.
120 dex.
This will be for the corrupted orc. This will be for all of the rest of them.
Cool.
Yeah, I've passed. Oh, the corrupted orc might not have passed. It got 14.
What am I looking forward to?
It will be 8 plus your, I think, intelligence modifier. Plus your proficiency bonus, which is 3. So 11 plus your intelligence modifier, minus 1. Good. So that's 10 then.
Cool. They will take half damage.
Okay, so everyone takes half damage, but it is a critical, so you get to roll a flat. Roll.
Yeah, I've got 15 and a 16.
Yep, those definitely hit. So you get to roll your damage.
And it's
And
double the dice?
No,
Or-
roll it twice.
Okay. For... So 11 plus 3, 14.
14.
The first
and
one.
the second one.
9 plus 3,
19.
12.
Great. So 25 in total.
Yep.
So you've definitely dropped this orc. Would you like to narrate us where you've shot that?
Yeah, I think with the 2 arrows that I ping out, the first one phew, goes right into the neck, the second one goes phew, right into the forehead, and it just goes like a tree falling
Dropping
You
its
didn't want to drop it, yeah.
dropping its chain as it goes. The axe that Kesh throws embeds itself in the back of the head of the other orc, and it tumbles forward. And for everyone else, there's Fen. How much damage did you do?
16.
6.
1 6.
And then there's Fen.
Okay, well, like a regular orc
Yeah.
doesn't have too many. A regular orc has 15 hit points. I've just checked it out. So you've just killed about, I would say, well, how many people can you fit in 30 feet?
Probably 15.
About
Two
50. I was
people.
about to say 15 orcs have just dropped. Like, would you like to narrate to us this magic arrow?
So I like to think
And
that
people mocked us for choosing Arcane Archer. They
Yeah.
mocked us.
I like to think I just sort of like pulled it out, lined it up, because we were all doing them pretty much simultaneously as a stealth thing.
Yeah.
Waited, let it go, and as it went through everybody, and Thatchy
Nice.
made her hits, they just sort of all, you know when you see samurai swords and the bodies just stay and then they slip in half?
Oh,
A bit
yeah.
like that, except they all just stay stood and then they just all collapse.
Fantastic. At which point,
Bill.
we're definitely going to need some combat music now, thank you.
Yeah.
At which point, everyone else, they've lost it. I've just rolled a 3 and a 2, and I'm pretty sure they have. Oh no, they have +0, so it's a 0 modifier. So a 3 and a 2. The orcs turn around. They have no idea where this fire is coming from. There is chaos into which Evan moves.
I would like to make a beeline for the nearest Tanaruk and retrieving the sweetmeats from my hand.
Fantastic.
I would like to get how close am I getting? To
You can make it in this.
Fine. I get close.
We're going to roll initiative after you do
Great.
this.
In which case, as trying to appear as calming and as friendly as possible, with all of my angel-esque glory, angelic, you could say.
That is a word.
It is, yes. If I were an English speaker, I would probably say that. And then I pull out the sweetmeats I basically kind of kneel down and just sort of go.
Are you trying to get it to come back to the brush with you? Or what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to, because that was the plan. Yeah, we're trying to
Okay,
win them
cool.
over, trying to bring them back over to us.
So roll a persuasion check.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, okay. Bit of a roll on this. That's a 12.
With advantage, because
Ooh.
you've got the sweetmeats, I should have said.
That's actually worse.
It's
So there we
actually
go.
worse.
Yeah, never mind. Thank you, though.
That's alright, I tried. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be initially working. Its handlers have just been killed, and
Yeah.
it looks around crazed and a little bit worried, as well as wounded. It's got a bit of a gash in it from where the magic arrow from Fen passed through it, but it doesn't look dead. Certainly. Can I get everyone to roll initiative at this point? I think it's,
I haven't done anything.
Oh, Priz, sorry, sorry, my apologies. Yeah, what are you doing?
I feel like I would have, because I had the meat as well, I would have followed Evan.
Then you get to roll a persuasion check with advantage as well. Why not?
14.
14. Have you got no bonus to persuasion over there?
Nope.
Okay, 14 is... I mean, I rolled a 13 previously, so that is what you needed. So how do you... There you are. How do you lure this Tanaruk? What are you trying to do with it?
I feel like, because obviously I'm quite small, and I imagine that it's a bit bigger than me.
It's not like huge, but it's
Just a smidge.
It's about 6'9", 6'10".
So like probably double the height.
Yeah, double or triple your height. Yeah.
So I feel like I would have covered, like, held the meat aloft of my head, like, it's okay, I'm a friend. I'm a friend, honestly. Here you go.
Fantastic. And it kneels down and scoops the sweetmeats out of your hand, and then it's trying to take the muzzle off, but it's muzzled.
Oh. Can I help?
Yeah?
I get up and sort of go with a sort of supportive nod, approach the muzzle, and
I'm gonna say, forgive me for the semiotics of this, but I'm gonna say roll an animal handling check.
oh, nice.
With advantage.
And to be clear, the thing I'm
With
trying-
advantage because of the sweetmeats that Priz has presented.
The thing I'm trying to do is reach up and, while I undo the muzzle, also lay on hands for 5 hit points and sort of thorn out of the lion's paw this thing. That's a natural 20. Yeah! See if I get another one. And I nearly did, but I didn't.
Yeah, so you just slip the catch that is holding the muzzle together, and with your other hand you're healing its wound with that glowing sunlight from your hand. And it rips the muzzle off and starts eating the sweetmeats greedily. And it looks at the two of you. Have you still got sweetmeats left in your hand?
I can imagine it's all gone.
Yeah, it's just...
It didn't take
like
long.
literally like,
It just licks it out of its hand, and it goes...
Good child.
Okay, I am going to stop everyone and ask for initiative at this point, though.
The bad roll was coming.
What dice am I getting?
What do I add to that?
Your dex mod. So, sorry.
I'll take 18, please.
Oh, well, yeah. Let's see. Okay, 18. Evan?
Oh, terrible. 4.
4. Thatchy?
13.
13. And Priz?
It's like you don't even want to go.
It's a modified one.
Is your dexterity minus 4?
Yeah, they're correct.
I've rolled 0.
That's why I'm really bad
Oh,
at
yeah.
stealth.
We've had a 0 in this game. Okay, fantastic. Strangely enough, the Tanaruks roll first. So, with a natural 20, this Tanaruk roars and brings back its strange-looking weapon and charges at a nearby orc, swooping in with its great sword axe and cleaving the thing in two with just one strike. I've just rolled 2 natural 20s in a row.
Yeah.
So yeah, might as well just. And this poor, unsuspecting orc is taken as surprise as it started to run away. Priz and Evan, its chains are trailing behind it still with the manacles around its neck. So if you want to try and control it, that's probably how you would do it. The other 3 Tanaruks have smelt the sweetmeats on the wind. They have smelt the chaos. They do not enjoy being muzzled and used as a weapon, and they are currently straining against their holds. It's a 6 and a 5. And a 6. But the 6 Orogs that are holding them in place steadfastly grip the chains, and the Tanaruks cannot get away, these corrupted orcs. That brings us to Fen.
Is there any sort of line of orcs anymore?
Yeah, you could definitely like they're scattering and they're starting to move around, so you're never going to get the same shot that you just got off. And they're also aware now, but you could definitely line up a shot to hit 3 or 4. Absolutely.
I would. It's 3 or 4 in a line. What about like in a 10-foot radius? Could I hit more than 3 or 4?
Yes, you could. I would say there's about 6. You
All right,
could get there.
sweet. So I aim for this pack of orcs that
Absolutely.
have a 10-foot radius about them. I use bursting arrow from my arcane lore. So I pull out my longbow again, and I take the shot.
And as the arrow sails through the sky, it splits magically, duplicating itself to hit multiple targets.
No, it doesn't. It only scores a 10.
But hits the ground. Mostly.
Don't forget you can roll a d4 on this.
Oh yeah, you're
yeah.
blessed.
See if
You're blessed.
you're blessed.
Yeah,
You
you're
might-
blessed.
4 on this.
Let's see what happens.
I'll take an extra. I'll take 12 for that.
12. So yeah, I'm not sure.
That's right. I didn't have to pick my arcane shot until it hit, so I haven't used that up because I only get to use it.
Okay, fair enough.
So I just completely missed.
So the arrow just sails past this plague-ridden looking orc and hits the ground, and the orc turns and looks at you. And indeed, can I get a stealth check from you?
From me?
Yeah, it's looking to see where the arrow came from.
Oh, not again.
Is that a natural 1?
No, that was another 2. It's 8 though. Unless I get my. Do I get my blessed with that?
It's a
No, it's a check.
It's
It's a
attack
check,
rolls
yeah.
and saving throws.
Yeah, no, that's an 8. Does it see me?
It rolled quite low. It rolled an 8.
Ooh.
So it does just see you. It just sees the flick of a tail and these ears as you duck back down into
So-
the brush.
I would like to surge then and
Surge.
Take an additional action.
Absolutely. Are you going to try and drop this orc in particular?
I'm just going to. Presumably they're all still in a group, so I'm just going to. I'm going to
Do the same thing again?
just aim again for the middle of the group. That's a bit better. I'll take 15.
15 will hit.
Excellent. I will then imbue it with arcane shot and bursting arrow.
So again, the arrow multiplies itself mid-air. Do you get bonus damage on that?
After the arrow, yeah, it detonates after your attack.
Oh
so
my
I do my
lord.
attack roll.
So it'll be the d8 plus your dex.
That is 8.
Okay.
And then I get 2d6 of force damage.
Oh my lord.
So I'll take a 3. I'll take 5.
5, so 13. So it blows some of the regular orcs asunder as they each get their own arrow. They are getting back up again, but they're really badly damaged. However, this plague-ridden orc that spotted you, it just takes it in the chest, and in fact, the explosion bursts a pustule, and this horrible spray goes everywhere. Is that your turn?
That would be everything, yeah.
Okay, including your action surge. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Evan.
Ooh. I would like to say, if you'll permit, the chains that are running by.
Yeah.
I'd like to have used my reaction to grab that.
Roll an athletics check.
That's fine.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So I reach out and grab the chain, and then obviously he's not stopping.
No.
So I sort of start running. In which direction is he headed? Is he headed
He's
towards
just
more of
headed
them?
along the line. He's heading towards, but the line, of course, now is broken
Yes.
and scattered. He's heading towards his brothers, and he's
right.
going to try and free his brothers. Is
Great.
what you get.
In which case, as I kind of realise he's probably going faster than I can, and I'm almost being pulled over.
No, he's going a similar speed.
Okay.
You can keep pace with him.
I'm trying to hold on to this thing then. In which case, how far away is he from his brothers then? At this kind of speed?
The next one along is
Yeah.
he'll reach it next turn.
Okay.
So 30 odd feet. But he's just like the last thing we saw him do is
Yeah.
just cleave just a random
So
orc.
he's got people to get through.
Yeah.
Cool. In which case, I will, holding the chain very firmly in my right hand, I will use Sacred Weapon to give my spear my current charisma modifier.
Okay, and that's your action.
That's my action. So yeah, so I'm holding on and I'm
just keeping pace. That brings us to the orcs. So unfortunately, we'll see how many. Yeah, some of them have definitely started to rally and have started to realise they're under attack. So the Plague Orc is going to come up on you and get an attack off. That's a 17.
Armor class is 15.
15, so that's, I'm going to say, 8 points of slashing damage as he comes down with his blade. You're going to get several attacks as you're just running through. One hit, unfortunately, so I would say another 8 damage for you. Priz, you're just sort of stood there at the moment, not doing much, so we're going to have an orc come up and try and attack you, but your heavy armour is faring you well, and the blades just skit off of it. And then finally, I don't actually think that they know where Thatchy is. Can you roll a stealth check?
I mean, we could just say that they don't know where she is. Ooh, they might know where she is. 7. Sorry.
7, yeah, so they do know where Thatchy is.
Yeah.
And they see them, and the Plague Orc is over there, bringing attention to that. So we're going to have 2 shots from Orc crossbows come flying over at you. Not very good. 15?
Hits.
Hit. So that'll be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
From that one. As a bolt hits you in the hip. If the orcs rally, if you stay up here too long, you are going to be overwhelmingly defeated. I know you had a good shot off, but there are still potentially over 100 orcs up here, and there's 5 of you.
Okay.
So just bear that in mind.
Got that covered.
You are heroes, but you're not that hero. And something else happens as well. Can I get perception checks from everybody, actually? Actually, it would make sense for Priz to see this, so maybe not yourself, but perception checks for everyone else.
19.
19, fantastic, that's good to know, I'm glad.
18.
18, that's good.
20. Not
20.
natural.
So yeah, it would make sense for Evan not to see this as she's running along with the corrupted orc, but the rest of you have noticed that your allies down in the valley have not been idle.
Ooh.
They've still been loading up all of this ore. They've finished it. Nils, the sorcerer, has been watching and has noticed your sneak attack and the scattering and the routing of the orcs. And according to the dust that's rising off of the road, it seems like they're going to try and make a break for it through the line of orcs as you've created this chaos. So they've started coming up the road towards you. Yes, so that's where they're at. Quickly, we're going to throw over to Priz, who got a natural 1.
Oh, I haven't had mine yet.
Oh, have you not had yours
modified
yet?
one.
Oh, really? Sorry. Thatcher, yeah, no, you should have had your go a minute ago.
That's alright, don't worry.
Sorry.
So Thatchy's going to see... I'm really sorry, I've got your character's name.
Oh, Evan.
Evan. I'm going to see Evan running along and see the corrupted orcs sort of trying to get to each other. And whoever the furthest corrupted orc is away, are they being held by 2... They're being held by chains.
Held
right.
by 2 orcs.
2 orcs, great. So I want to take a shot at the hands that are holding onto the chains to try and make them let go.
Ooh, okay.
So 1 for each of the orcs to see if I can get them to let go.
Because this is a called shot, I'm going to give them an extra AC bonus.
Yeah, that's fair.
if you roll above the orc's AC but not this AC, you just hit the orc.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
deal with that. I get to add my d4s. Right, that's fine. So that is a 13 and a 10. I feel like the 10 does... Oh no, plus 6. So
19
and 16.
So the 16 hits the orc but not the hands.
Great, okay.
But the 19 easily cuts across the wrist
Great.
of one of the orcs.
So that is 5 points of damage for the first one.
He lets go of the chain as he's unable to... you've pretty much severed his thumb.
Oh, great.
And
Who needs thumbs anyway?
Well, he needed it to hold the chain. That's
And then, that's rubbish. 4 points of damage to the other one.
Yeah, so that just sort of skates past his arm. You were trying to hit the hand, so it wasn't particularly a good shot. However, he has let go of the chain, and one orc alone can probably not hold this Tanaruk down. Opposed strength checks. Yeah, the Tanaruk lifts the orc up by the chain and flips it over, smacking it out on the ground the other side, and then pulls up its weapon and starts looking around for something to hit.
With my movement, if I can, I'd like to try and sort of move along where, like, quite kind of try and be stealthy and move along so that they don't know where I am along the bush, if there is space for me to do that.
Okay,
if there isn't, don't worry.
Roll a stealth check.
Great. I'm really great at these. Oh, natural one.
Nope. Why nope?
I think probably Thatchy thinks that there is more bush to the right, and they decide, great, I'm going to walk to the right, and then there is no bush, and they're just standing there.
And they just sneak out into open air. Just like Solid Snake with a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, Priz.
How many of that? I'm assuming I'm among, like...
Yeah, around you are orcs.
Okay.
To be fair, you were actually given quite a bit of breathing room by Fen, who dropped all of the orcs around this, the corrupted orc you were going up to, but in their turn, they have now refilled that hole.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh, lovely. What form does your spiritual weapon take?
It's going to take a form of a scythe.
Scythe?
Nice.
I am the bringer of death. While worshipping a god of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Bahamut?
Yeah, so a platinum scythe appears, the hilt of which, the back of the blade, facing the other way, has this silver dragon design on it, and the hilt of which is this beautiful oaken sort of sheen.
So using...
floating in the air.
Using my divine power, I sweep it across in front to kind of get the orcs.
Yeah, okay, cool. Make an attack roll. This is with your modifier. With your wisdom modifier.
With my wisdom one, which is that one?
Yeah,
It'll be your spell attack, yeah.
That is a 21.
Oh yeah, this orc is skewed
23,
by this thing. How much damage does it do? So it'll be a D8 plus
D8
your
plus
wisdom
5.
modifier.
So that is a 10.
10 total? Yeah, it... and is taken uplifted into the air by this spiritual scythe, and it sort of drips down onto it. And the scythe then flips over and drops it on the floor. Fantastic. That brings us to the top of the round as the Tanaruks are starting to rage. Not mechanically, but just they're quite angry.
Yeah.
And the caravan is starting to make some real trails up the side of the hill to break through the lines and try and make a dash for it to Holmwood. And unfortunately, the clock is against us, so luckily we've got continuity, but that is where we're going to have to pick up next hour with you guys in just a few minutes. So thank you very much for coming, guys. Sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger like that. If you do want to come back and see how it goes, please do. We've got, what is it now, 64 hours left. Please do go and talk to Sweet Box Office, refresh your ticket, and also ask them about the very limited amount of player tickets. Thank you very much again to Amy and Paul. If you did enjoy the show, spread the word face-to-face and also on social medias. On Twitter, we're at Adventurers250, which is where Naomi is live tweeting. Naomi and Nemo, our stage managers, have been live tweeting the entire event, so if you can't come back, you can catch up with it there. We're also live streaming on Twitch at Adventurers Wanted. Hello, Twitch. If you really like what we do, we have a Patreon as well and a donate button on our website. We do this every month in London. We're trying to, and we do free-to-play events as well, free-play events, I should say. It makes it sound like a video game, doesn't it? To try and bring D&D to as wide and as inclusive an audience as possible. Yeah, I'm just going to hand over to our wonderful players now for a second to give them an opportunity to plug something. Maybe they're involved with something in the Fringe, or maybe they just have a recommendation. We'll start with you, Tom, shall we?
Yes, I'm just visiting the Fringe this year, but I do publish alternate history fiction. We're called Sea Lion Press, and we publish what-if history books. So what if history had happened differently, everything from Hitler winning the war to lots of much more offbeat things than that as well. If you like D&D, you might be someone who's also interested in that sort of thing. So we're called Sea Lion Press, and you can find us on, I believe it's called Google. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Bex.
As an Edinburgh local, I'm always supporting my own local nights that are doing their Fringe run. So some of my friends are in a group called the Loud Poets. They're doing their annual sort of show that they do over the Fringe at the Storytelling Centre at 9:30. This year it is complete nonsense, and they've gone for a bit of a game show poetry cross, and it's really fun, so I think everyone should go along to that. So that's 9:30 at the Scottish Storytelling Centre.
Fantastic. Paul?
We saw board game Smackdown, Laughing Horse at the Pear Tree, I believe. It's a free show. Comedians play board games for an hour. Last time it was Categories.
Of course it was.
That was funny. And also they played a game called Elon Musk, which is where you write down a problem that the world has to solve. Everybody gets that problem. It's hidden, but one person gets Elon Musk, and they have to try and bluff their way through trying to solve this problem, not knowing what it is.
That's a fun game.
That sounds amazing.
Amy, anything else?
I'm in nothing at the Fringe, but I am in a production of West Side Story in Northampton in October half term, if you're that way.
We are. We will be. Fantastic. So, all that remains for me to say is thank you very much for coming, and can I please have a round of applause for our players? Thank you.